Hi everyone, welcome back to Felix Art World. Now I'm trying my hand at dotting, and I've been dotting with acrylic paint and satin paint several items, and I decided to do a dot design on this skull. But first I'm gonna work on the teeth, and I'm using the antique technique. I'm going to add black to the spaces between the teeth. Okay, I think that looks good. Now the eye socket and the nose socket, I'm gonna fill it up with glue, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some black glitter in it. And in this case, I repeated this process a second time so that I could have a nice coverage in those areas. I let it dry. You can let it dry for 2 hours. You can speed it up with applying heat with the hair dryer. Let it dry, and it's ready for a second layer. Now, a step I did off camera was a thick black line around the eye socket. I did that off camera, and that is to add contrast. Since this is quite chromatic, I needed contrast because I chose a yellow around the eye sockets. I'm gonna let this yellow dry up, and then I'm gonna apply some purple dots. I waited about 20 minutes for the yellow dots to dry up, and now I'm applying some glue on it, on the teeth, because I'm going to add golden glitter. So this skull will be sporting a golden grill in style. I'm being very careful, making sure I don't touch the space between the teeth because I want that to stay black. And in case I do have an owie and actually some glitter falls between the teeth, that can be easily fixed. Just paint over it with a really fine brush and black paint. Now I'm gonna let it rest in peace. It's nice and dry and ready for the purple dots inside the bigger yellow dots. The next step is I'm adding black dots that you can barely see. They're not easily appreciated on this video, but they're there on around the nose, on top and under, and in the chin area, and the bone chin area too. And I'm gonna let it dry. Then I'm gonna add some colors. I still don't know what colors I will be adding. Also up here, this is very critical. I am looking for the center of the forehead. The rest of the design will develop around that dot. So it's very important that you get it right. And if you make a mistake, erase it right away and try again. And repeat the step as many times as necessary till you get it in the right spot, because the rest of the design will develop around that, and it's gonna be very noticeable if it's off center. All right, the dots are dry and ready for the next dots that will be inside of the black dots. And now I have a nice contrast. And I'm doing this especially because of the chromatic background, the rainbow chromatic paint that the skull has on. All right, I'm going to show you an up close angle of it so you can see what I did. There we go. I like it. Now when I did the pink tears that you see here on the side of the forehead, I forgot the camera was not rolling. So I'm so sorry you guys don't get to see that part. But now I'm gonna get to find the center of the head, the top of the head, because I'm going to develop a mandala right on top of it. So it's very, very important that it's clean, free of all grease. So I just wiped it with a paper towel with alcohol and water on it. And now I am finding my center. All right, it's playtime. This is why it's very important to make sure it's in the center because the design will expand around that center dot. So I take my time and I'm gonna let it dry so I don't ruin this as I'm working. And I'm gonna add more dots inside of some of the bigger dots as well. So now I am creating the petal, one of the petals, and I'm gonna repeat this step 7 more times. But I'm gonna do like half of them, let it dry, and then the other half, same thing, so that I don't ruin them as I'm working with it or working on it. Is dry, and as you can see I did all my petals already, repeated that one step 7 times. This is not properly centered, so I'm just gonna use this Q-tip is moisty and I'm using it as an eraser. I waited for the skull to dry up and started working on the side designs all around the skull, the back of the head. And I'm going to repeat the same designs a few more times. All right, now this is how I make the tears. I'm going to make flowers flowers made out of tears, like the turquoise that you see up there. That's who I did the big fat tears. Technically, with a finer tool, I'm just pulling the paint towards the center. Then I'm gonna let that paint dry up and I'm gonna add a center dot, either yellow or white. All done. Finito. I like it. To tell you the truth, I didn't know how this was going to end up looking with this type of background paint that's more really chromatic. But I like it. I really do. If you like it, give me a like, subscribe, follow me on either Instagram or TikTok under the same name, Felix Art World. I'm right there, and you can see the photos of this work and much more. Before I started working on this skull, I worked on another one and on flat surfaces as well, doing exercises to get the hang of this dotting technique and build up my confidence. Here they are. This was a lot of fun. Check this one. I love it. Well, I hope you love it too, and I hope this video can help you develop some new ideas. Bye-bye.